Let me pose a direct question to you, and I encourage you to respond with complete honesty. If, out of the blue, someone deposited $500,000 into your bank account, would you abandon everything? Would you immediately cease working and dedicate your life to living solely on the income from that sum, enjoying a carefree existence filled with world travel and never again needing to glance at an alarm clock? It sounds like the ultimate dream, doesn't it? After all, who hasn't fantasized about such absolute freedom? Yet, the truth, rarely shared by others, is that having $500,000 in your account doesn't ensure lifelong peace. Many who hold this belief fall into a subtle, unnoticed trap because money alone cannot guarantee a prosperous and joyful life. Without the proper knowledge, that fortune can vanish within a few years, leaving behind side hustles, financial hardship, regret, and frustration at your doorstep. Today, I'm going to be straightforward with you. No vague promises, no delusions. I'll reveal the reality of what happens when someone receives $500,000 and chooses to live solely on its income. You'll gain a clear understanding of how money can either work in your favor or turn against you. More importantly, you'll uncover the untold secrets about the widely discussed concept of living off passive income. If you're truly committed to mastering this reality, if you want to safeguard your wealth and grow it wisely, stay with me until the end of this video. Oh, and seize this opportunity to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and drop a comment below. Do you believe $500,000 is sufficient to live off the income alone? Why or why not? Now, without further delay, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Chapter 1. The Dream of Living Off Income ***. For years, I cherished this dream. I pictured waking up without an alarm clock, sipping a leisurely coffee, shaping my day as I pleased. No boss, no meetings, no stress over bills. Honestly, having $500,000 felt like a golden ticket to freedom. I know for many, $500,000 seems like an unattainable figure, but when you dive deep into the study of finance, you realize the number itself holds little meaning. What truly counts is what you do with it. Many people receive a large sum, be it from an inheritance, a prize, or a property sale, and think, now I can stop working. I'll live solely off the income. That's where the danger lurks. The greatest pitfall is assuming money is limitless simply because the amount appears substantial. I'll demonstrate with real numbers why so many who come into sudden wealth end up broke within a few short years. The reality is, $500,000 doesn't automatically grant freedom. What shapes your future are your strategies, your spending habits, and your financial mindset. If you imagine withdrawing a fixed salary each month without a plan, you'd be wise to watch this video through to the end. Chapter 2. The Mistake Almost Everyone Makes ***. As soon as someone sees $500,000 in their account, the instinctive thought is, I'm secure now. I can spend without hesitation. And that's where the trouble begins. The first move for many is to elevate their lifestyle. A new car, a dream vacation, a home renovation, or a move to a pricier location. The issue? The money that should be working for you starts slipping away rapidly. What seems like a vast sum in theory can't sustain an extravagant lifestyle in practice. For instance, if you withdraw $5,000 per month, that $500,000 will be depleted in under 8 years, without even factoring in inflation, emergencies, or unexpected costs. The error lies in believing that a large savings account allows for endless spending. Even worse, many overlook taxes, fees, and market risks. That $500,000 only promises freedom if you learn to live on significantly less and maintain the discipline to grow your wealth steadily over time. Chapter 3. The Harsh Math ***. How much can you safely withdraw each month? Let's face the facts. No wishful thinking allowed. If you have $500,000, the first step is to determine how much that sum can reliably generate monthly without risking depletion. With a conservative investment portfolio, mixing stocks, real estate funds, and fixed income, you might expect a return of 4% to 6% annually, already adjusted for inflation. That might sound modest, but it's the approach savvy investors take to preserve their capital. Let's break it down. 4% of $500,000 equals about $20,000 per year, or roughly $1,666 per month. If you're willing to take on more risk for a 6% return, you could increase that to around $2,500 monthly. However, The higher the yield, the greater the chance of losing your principal. There's another factor to consider: unforeseen events. If you overspend 1 month, need an emergency withdrawal, or face a market downturn, this plan could collapse. The math is straightforward and unforgiving. If you assumed $500,000 guaranteed a luxurious life, it's time to recalibrate your expectations. But don't worry. In the next chapter, I'll explore the 3 key variables that will shape your future with this money. Chapter 4. The 3 variables that decide your future ***. Living off income with $500,000 hinges on 3 critical variables. Mastering these 3 boosts your chances of success. Ignoring them heightens the risk of financial ruin. The first variable is the investment return rate. The more your money earns, the larger your safety net, but higher returns come with greater risks. The second variable is the withdrawal rate, how much you draw from your capital monthly or yearly. The well-known 4% rule suggests that withdrawing 4% annually is historically sustainable. For $500,000, that's $20,000 per year, or $1,666 per month. The third variable is the duration the money must last. If you're 30 and want to retire now, that capital needs to stretch for at least 50 years. If you're 60 or 70, the timeline shifts. These variables are interconnected. Seeking higher returns means accepting more risk. Withdrawing more per month shortens your capital's lifespan. Aiming for a longer duration requires withdrawing less. It's a trade-off, and the choice is yours. In the next chapter, I'll paint a practical picture of what life might look like living solely off that $500,000. Chapter 5. Realistic scenario ***. What would your life be like with this money? Let's imagine you decide, I'll live only off the income from my $500,000. Here's a realistic outlook. With a safe withdrawal of $1,666 per month, your lifestyle would need to be modest. Depending on your location, this might just cover rent, food, and basic necessities. In a low-cost country, you might enjoy a bit more comfort, but luxury is off the table. No extravagant cars, international adventures, or upscale dining. The focus would be on maintaining a dignified existence. Yet, challenges remain. Inflation, market volatility, and medical emergencies could strain your budget. There's also a psychological toll. Living on such a tight income, knowing every extra dollar spent jeopardizes your future, can breed constant anxiety. You'll hesitate before dining out, traveling, or making purchases. An unexpected expense, like a car repair or healthcare cost, could shatter that delicate balance. $500,000 might sound like freedom, but when you crunch the numbers, it reveals a life of careful sacrifices. That's why, in the next chapter, I'll share how to transform that money into a true income engine. Chapter 6. The Attack Plan. How to make that money truly grow. One lesson I've learned is that easy money doesn't exist, but smart money does. With $500,000, your greatest asset is your ability to make informed decisions. The first rule: don't squander the money assuming it's inexhaustible. Here's my approach. Divide the capital into 3 parts. Set aside 5% to 10% as an emergency reserve in liquid investments for unexpected needs. Allocate 60% to 70% to conservative passive income sources, real estate funds, dividend-paying stocks, or fixed income. Invest 20% to 30% in growth opportunities like growth stocks, ETFs, or international assets with higher appreciation potential. Adhere to a withdrawal rate of 3% to 4% annually. Reinvest a portion of the income and prioritize preserving your capital. With $500,000, your margin for error is slim. If you overspend or invest recklessly, that money could vanish in a few years. In the final chapter, I'll highlight what happens to those who disregard this advice and how to steer clear of that trap. If life has taught me one thing, it's that money is merely a tool, not magic. Having $500,000 might create a false sense of freedom, but without a solid strategy, strict discipline, and genuine financial education, that sum can evaporate before your eyes, turning to dust. What truly distinguishes those who achieve financial freedom from those who end up broke isn't the account balance, but the mindset. If you aspire to live off income and transform that $500,000 into a growing asset that secures your family and brings peace of mind, the path is clear before you. Study diligently, invest thoughtfully, always live below your means, think long-term, and approach wealth building with seriousness. If this video is opening your eyes to this reality, if you're eager to learn how to make money work for you, you know the next steps. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. I choose to manage my money wisely. And always remember, this content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. Consult a certified professional before making any financial decisions.